Great. Before we dive deep into the content and how to source and find your content and post engaging content that your fans love, the important thing to talk about is licensing. This gets asked about a lot, and it's really important because when you're representing your business, you don't want to be posting things you're not allowed to post or copywriting other people's work without crediting them. And we want to make sure that you are familiar with the rules of Instagram before we go ahead and post on there. So in regards to licensing, I'm going to tell you a couple of things throughout this lecture, but we're going to start with the official statement from Instagram. So Instagram say, we can't provide you with any legal advice. If you're not sure that you are legally authorized to use the content, do not post it on Instagram. Posting copyrighted content without permission might be a violation of the law. If you've already posted it, you should remove it from Instagram. Now, the thing you have to remember about Instagram is that they are going to be very, very conservative because they want to cover themselves. They want to make sure that their business and their platform has put out the right vibe and making sure that people aren't just ripping each other's content. So I'm officially, in making this course, going to agree with Instagram because I have to and say that don't use anything that you don't have permission for, and make sure that you are not using copyrighted or trademarked content on your Instagram page. With that being said though, there are a lot of people out there, the majority of people, probably 95% of people on Instagram who are using stuff that is not essentially theirs. Now, the purpose of social media is something to explore in this lecture, and it's important to know that sharing something on social media and helping something go viral is generally a great thing. If you were a photographer and you took a really cool photo and someone promoted it to their audience, crediting you and linking back to your Instagram profile, and that went really big and it got you 10,000 followers, and then their fans shared it and it went really big and got you another 10,000 followers, and people now love your work, that is inherently a great thing. But the thing about that is not everyone wants that to happen, so therefore you definitely need their permission in order to do that. So reaching out to people on Instagram is really easy, asking if you can share something. There's a great app I'll show you at the end of this lecture that also will help you. It's called Regram, and it'll help you repost someone else's content on Instagram if it's something that you liked. But the key here is to make sure that you have their permission, and if you post it, it's up to you if you don't have the permission, but always credit the original artist. Because that way, if your post blows up, you're not going to get a lot of hate or backlash or Instagram suspending or banning your account because you are stealing other people's work. So always credit the original artist, even if you do or don't have permission to use that content. The third dot point on this page here is I want to stress that you can very, very easily make pictures your own. There's a lot of apps out there, and there's a lot of ways to combine and collage other people's work that makes it look really cool, that you can change colors, you can change the headings, you can crop it really skinny. There's a lot of ways to edit these photos to make them yours and to overcome the copyright on these photos. So make sure that you are using that too if you're trying to share something that you don't have permission to share. And the last dot point here is using public domain images. There are tens of millions of images out there which are really amazing that your fans will love and will engage with if you're trying to source your content from online or from other people. There's some great resources. Morgfile.com is just one of them, but simply Googling public domain images will bring you a huge list, and you can then filter them by category. Cool. So we're going to jump over now to my app, and I'm going to show you what the Regram app is on Instagram and how it's really cool in sharing other people's work while still crediting them. Okay, I'm back in my phone, and now I'm in the App Store. I'm going to simply click search, come to the search bar, and type in Regram. Now there's a lot of different apps. The original one was called Regram, but you can see that there are a lot of copy apps which work essentially the same way as Repost. I'm going to come up to the top and get this one because it has 1700 downloads. Click install, and once that downloads, I'm going to click open, and you can see here it's going to teach you how to repost some content that you find on Instagram that you like under your own profile page. So we're going to open Instagram. I'm going to copy this post right here from the top of my feed from Brendan Schaub. And I'm going to go copy link. Come back here. And now you can see that automatically it has updated that here into the repost app. And down the bottom left, you can see it has attributed this photo to Brendan Schaub, who was the original poster of this, and it's obviously of him. I'm not actually going to repost this because I don't want to. You can fiddle with it to make it light or dark, but you can see it's always giving whoever created the content a little shout out in the bottom left hand corner so that people know where it originally came from and they can go ahead and follow that. I would also, if I shared this, then link him in the caption of the photo too, just at and then his username, just to be sure that people can follow him and get to his profile as he did create the content. So that's a really nifty little app to use in order to give other people the credit that they deserve when using their work.